WROIFM.com. Streaming audio live, RTC Channel 5. Audio and video live, First Federal Facebook page. Tanner's here, Cindy's here, and we have some other folks from First Federal who are here that we will introduce in a moment. As soon as we say good morning to Mr. Dick Belcher from First Federal Savings Bank.
Oh, what a great day this is.
I tell you what, this is a big one.
Yeah, not only the weather, but it's Customer Appreciation Day at First Federal.
Yes, it is.
And we've got some of the A-team here today. We're going to talk about a lot of the services that First Federal has available. I see we have Storm Barry coming in to New Orleans.
Yeah, kind of barreling down on them.
Yeah, how did they come up with those names?
They just seem to draw them out every year. So we've got a whole list of them ready to go.
Have they?
For hurricane season.
What's the next one coming?
Don't know. What's the C one? Anybody know? No? No?
Okay, I see that Trump's given up on having the citizen box.
Yeah, he kind of gave up on that idea.
Yeah.
But he hasn't given up on the roundup yet.
Okay. The fair's winding down tomorrow and mostly today.
Livestock auction tonight, always a big deal.
Big deal, big deal. Okay, a little trivia. Since we're talking about First Federal today, we have the A-team here. What was First Federal Savings Bank originally called? Was it First Federal Savings and Mortgage, First Federal Savings and Loan, First Federal Savings and Loan of Fulton County?
Do you win money if you get it right?
You get a sandwich at noon.
That might be good enough.
Okay, Tanner, give us some sports.
I'll be happy to. Good morning. Got a lot of national notes here. First off, the U.S. women's soccer team won the World Cup over the weekend by a score of 2-0 over the Netherlands. Yeah, now they're back parading and partying and
having a big time.
Yep.
Complaining about their pay.
Yeah,
that too. Yep. But pretty cool that they went over and dominated once again. I think they've medaled every single year.
I think they have too.
Since they've entered
always
the
been
World
a force.
So maybe they can get some inspiration to the men's team. Doubt it, but we can be hopeful, right? Pretty cool story here. It's kind of locally in a national story. Winnemac native Justin Haley won the rain-shortened Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona. Took the lead after a 17-car wreck, and the rain came in and didn't go away, and he's the winner. Yeah. So pretty cool. I think it was his only third Cup start, so kind of put Winnemac on the map there in the racing world.
Can you imagine a 17-car wreck, though?
Oh, wow. I didn't see highlights of it either, but that stuff happens at Talladega a lot, but not so much at Daytona.
Exactly.
A little golf note here over the weekend. Matthew Wolff won the 3M Classic in just his third PGA Tour start. He's one of 7 guys to win his first PGA Tour tournament before turning 21. All the rest are Hall of Famers are going to be Hall of Famers.
So you join
pretty good company there. And one more sport note just happened last night. Another big NBA trade. Not that we haven't had enough already. Oklahoma City Thunder continuing their rebuild process, sending guard Russell Westbrook to Houston for Chris Paul and 2 first-round picks.
Now, you made an interesting point earlier before we went on the air that Chris Paul may not last long in Houston.
I don't think so, and I read a report that his agent's already in talks with the GM in Oklahoma City, maybe making him on the move. So.
Wow. Watch
out for Miami. They're Miami Heat. Could be interested. Oklahoma City's just rebuilding.
Yeah.
Might as well, I guess.
Well, after Paul George left town, they had to do something.
Yeah. Well, just think at one time that franchise had James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Kevin Durant. Now they have nothing.
That's right.
It wasn't that long ago either. So I got some tidbits here this morning. On this day in 1921, a guy named Babe Ruth set the career record of 137 home runs. That's been extended just a little bit now, maybe with an asterisk on it by Barry Bonds at 756, but still pretty high number. On this day in 1933, Congress passed the first minimum wage law. It was 33 cents per hour.
Oh, wow.
So it's gone up a little bit.
Yeah, it has since then.
You might remember this, Tom. I don't remember it, but I've read about it. On this day in 1979, the Disco Demolition Night at Comiskey Park happened when fans went wild and destroyed disco records, ultimately causing the White Sox to forfeit the second game of a doubleheader against the Tigers.
Is that when Bill Veeck owned the team?
I believe so, yeah.
Yes.
back in that day, because he was kind of crazy that way.
Yeah, that was, I've seen highlights and stuff of that. That was something else. Today is National Etch-a-Sketch Day. It's Different Colored Eyes Day, Simplicity Day, Pecan Pie Day, and New Conversations Day.
Ah, okay.
Which you can have some new conversations today at First Federal Savings Bank
You
from
can.
11 to 2 for
Right.
customer appreciation.
But over ice cream, not pecan pie.
Ice cream,
Yeah.
food from Rochester Meats and Deli,
There you go.
whatever you want.
Okay.
Ooh, you're getting me hungry here.
Uh,
Okay, all right. Now, you missed the biggest thing. Bob Knight bought a house in Bloomington.
Yeah, I don't know what the motive is behind that, but he's coming
That's
back
right,
close to
close
Assembly
to-
Hall.
Wow.
There's under that house is a tunnel to Assembly Hall.
Maybe this is the year that IU fans finally see him return
Watch a game.
inside Assembly Hall.
Yeah.
He came back to watch a baseball game last year, so
Remember that.
I don't know. It'll be
That was a
interesting.
big deal.
Yeah, it was.
$572,000 he paid for it.
Wow.
It's public information.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's all out there. Okay.
Yep.
Well, a lot of the IU fans will say, "Oh, that's interesting."
That'll be a big story around Bloomington today.
Oh my gosh, sure will be. Okay, so milestone. Ross Perot died.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Ran for president a couple times.
Yep. His famous quote is, "Eagles don't flock. You have to find them one at a time."
Ah.
He led the polls against Carter and Bush
He did. As an independent.
as an independent, yeah. But didn't quite make it. Okay, some flowers to Adriana Degg for being crowned Miss Fulton County in 2019, and to everyone who's involved in the crowning of Miss Fulton County. Those things
Exactly.
happened last Saturday, and
Right.
things takes a lot of volunteers for that, and we'll also give some flowers to the volunteers of the
Oh,
fair.
absolutely.
It takes a lot of work, and the weather was good, a little warm a couple days, but no rain.
No.
So we'll take that. Some other milestones. Bill Cosby is 82 today.
Is it?
Yeah. Do they have birthday parties in prison?
Doubt it.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
Okay. Richard Simmons, 71.
Okay.
Remember him?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Exercise guru.
Yeah, okay. Okay, money news. Dow's up 227. Will you gentlemen come around here and Jody?
Wow.
227. That's puts it over 27,000, right?
Yes, 27,088. Mark Blubaugh, welcome. We're glad to have you
Good
here.
morning.
What do
Glad
you
to
think
be
about what do you think about this stock market?
I'm obviously kind of liking it. Yeah.
You're kind of liking it.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, all the indexes, S&P, Dow, and NASDAQ are doing pretty well. Bond markets seems pretty healthy. Rates are pretty low. 10-year Treasury and being at what, 2 or what is 10-year Treasury?
213.
213. That's pretty low. So we shall see. But yeah, the market seems to be on a roll, pretty positive, and we hope that continues.
Okay, Volkswagen is retiring their iconic Beetle.
Haven't they done that before?
Yes.
They may have.
I was thinking
They did relaunch
I
it.
thought maybe they did.
Baron
that once,
saying
and then brought
yes.
it back.
They're,
And then brought it back.
they're so expensive. My gosh,
They are.
I think for what they are, they're pretty small.
We gotta pay for the shape.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Hitler brought that car out
Mhm.
during the war to make a vehicle available to those with lesser income.
Votes.
Anyway, okay. Now I thought this was interesting. They came out with a surveys that for businesses, what states are the most friendly for business? And the state of Indiana came out 11th,
Okay.
and they, you know what they came out first in?
What?
Infrastructure.
Really? Wow.
I think we had the most potholes.
We did, yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
We did.
yeah.
I know, all over.
And no high-speed
Yeah.
rail.
Interesting story this morning about USDA. They quite often come out with some really interesting things. They were saying that the corn crop in Indiana isn't very good.
Well, you know, some fields are good.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot of fields that aren't planted.
That's true, and there's some that the corn just barely is up.
Yeah, you're very observant.
Yeah,
Well, that corn that's just barely up ain't going to make it.
nah, it doesn't look like it,
Yeah.
unless it hurries.
Okay. Well, coming to see us today, we're at First Federal. We got Customer Appreciation Day. We got a lot of things going on. And Evan Gottschalk, tell us a little bit of some things that are going on at First Federal today.
Well, you guys have talked about lunch and made all of us hungry.
What was
Rochester.
that? Was that
We're good at
pecan
that.
pie and
Well,
ice cream?
Well, we may have to think about that for next year. That's all I'm saying. That's in the suggestion box already before we've opened. But yeah, we've got Rochester Meats and Deli with their delicious pulled pork sandwiches and hot dogs, chips. We've got soda, water. I can't think of anything else you'd need.
Okay, all right. And then that'll start around 11, and Tom, you're going to be down
We'll
there?
be there, yeah.
Okay, and Channel 4 is going to be there. So we're going to have a big time.
Live interviews. We have to get our interview hats on.
Yeah, mine's always
Oh,
on.
yeah. I'm still learning that. We got some other things too.
Okay.
Shred truck.
Mm-hmm.
That's been really popular. You know, a little birdie said that someone may have some old records that
Yeah.
might need shredded.
I've heard that.
Yeah, that's been a popular thing because sometimes it's hard to get rid of when you got a box or a file cabinet full of old things, and you can come actually watch them loaded into the shred truck in the parking lot. So it's really convenient to pull in and unload that.
And they'll even unload it for you. So
Yeah.
you put it in your back of your pickup or your trunk of your car and bring it in. We'll unload it.
Excellent.
Jodi Wynn, pick up
Morning.
right
Yes.
up here.
Morning.
Okay, now there rumors around town that one of the banks in town
I've heard that rumor.
closed.
Yep.
And would we accept any new accounts?
We would love to have new accounts. We're always welcoming people to the First Federal family.
Okay, what's involved in opening an account, and what about, I've got direct deposit to my Social Security, and
Sure.
I got automatic pays for the utilities.
Well, first we need to come on down and we'll pick out an account for you. Just bring your valid photo ID and $50 to get that account open, and we'll pick out the best one for you. Most of our accounts have no minimum balance and no service fees. And once we do that, we'll get you an account number, and we'll even help you call if you need us to. We've got a number to Social Security. We can get a hold of them and get that number and get your account number changed. We can help call the utility companies, send you to those places, help look up some phone numbers. We'll make it as easy as we can. There's a little work, but we'll help.
It will help. Yeah.
Absolutely, the whole
Absolutely,
time.
yeah.
Mindy and Terry will do a great job of getting that for you.
Yeah, and I think people out there, a lot of our competitors have service fees for various things. We have a few, but not many.
Not many. And it's important to note that if you have a business account too, no fees on those accounts.
Wait a minute.
I know, it's crazy.
No fees on business accounts?
Most of our business accounts have no fees either.
Oh my God.
Business accounts are still relatively new at First Federal, right?
That's right.
They are. They're a couple years old, but
Okay.
we're happy to have them. We're happy to serve the businesses that we work with every day.
Okay, so somebody wants to, how do they go about that? They got an account with First Financial, a checking account, for instance, with $728 in it.
At 12 cents.
I wouldn't close it just yet. I'd come in and let's just open the account first with $50 and let's get everything transferred over because you don't want your Social Security out there in limbo or something like that. So close it and we'll work on transferring it over, and once you're confident, we'll get it all transferred, and we'll buy your checks back, $2 of padded checks, and we'll buy your debit card when you're done using the account.
Wow. Excellent.
We'll buy the checking.
We will. $2 up to, yes, we will.
I know that.
I'm telling you, it's a great deal.
Okay. Jodi Wynn, Vice President of Deposit Operations.
Yes, we got to remember the CD too.
Okay,
today.
tell us about the
So if you
CD.
come on out today, we also have a 7-month CD special, 2.5 rate with a 2.5 APY on that. It's a great rate for a nice short term. So come out and see that. We've got rain checks available. That'll be available up and through the end of the month too.
Is there a minimum on that, Jody?
500.
Okay.
Just 500.
For a radio guy, that's nothing.
Well said.
Okay, Mark,
Yes.
what do you do at First Federal?
Well, first of all,
Mark Blubaugh.
I'm going to ask for a raise. As Tanner mentioned,
You can
we're
ask
still at that.
all you want to.
We're still at that 33 cents an hour. Probably because we have no fees. We're paying 12% on CDs. Is that what
Yeah.
she said? Or something?
Something close.
You've been at First Federal for a year or two.
I know. I need a raise. Don. That's what I'm saying. Yes, I don't know. 32
Well, don't look at
years,
me.
maybe. I think I was
Okay.
12, 14 when I started.
Yeah, probably.
But what do I do? Well,
Yeah.
30 years and nobody knows. I head up the investment department for First Federal, the retail side. In other words, customers are welcome to come in and see us. We have a good staff. Mr. Brian Bell, he's been with us for almost 2 years, believe it or not, or going on 2 years. Brian is a licensed advisor like myself, and he has also a lot of experience with Social Security and Medicare, Medicaid also. He worked for state and federal government in that capacity and brings a lot of wealth of knowledge to our department. Our assistant, Wendy, I guess I shouldn't say assistant because she's kind of the boss, but Wendy's been with us for 22 years, I think, and she does a great job getting everything corrected, keeping Brian and I in line with. Our main goal is just to help customers figure out what they want to do and then how to do it as far as their financial planning, whether it be save for retirement, implement income at retirement, or a lot of our folks, our older clients are now, we're looking at wealth transfer strategies. So we just like to sit down and see if we can help you. The whole First Federal family is all about that. Our department has grown immensely, and mainly because of the people that we work with.
Okay, let's say that I'm going to retire, I got a 401k, how can you help?
Yeah, 401k probably is our biggest chunk of business, if you would. For a lot of folks, that's your main savings for retirement, your 401k. Hopefully you had the opportunity to participate. When you get into the retirement mode, a lot of times then you want to start focusing, maybe turning that into an income vehicle instead of just pure growth that you probably did while you saved. So there's a lot of different strategies, match that up with how aggressive you want to be or don't want to be. But normally it involves setting up something that can pay you a monthly income. And what's interesting about IRAs, 401ks that a lot of folks forget is that when you turn that income on, guess what? All you, well not all, but you have federal and state income tax coming out of that. But you're no longer paying into Social Security with that or Medicare. Also, you're not paying in your 401k anymore. So the net checks is larger than what you might think. So, and then you turn on a monthly income, and like I said, state and federal, that's all that's coming out of it. So you're pocketing more than you did from, say, your regular paycheck. So 401k, IRA, rollovers, we do a lot of those, and there's all different directions you can go based on what you want to accomplish.
Thank you. Evan Gottschalk, President of First Federal. Tell us a little bit of what's been happening in the last couple of years at First Federal.
We've been working really hard, Dick, to provide full banking services. And Tom kind of alluded to that earlier with our business checking accounts being something that we've highlighted the last 2 years. And we've also been doing that in other areas of business with loans. We've done several commercial real estate loans, some lines of credit, equipment loans. We have Lindy Breeden, our commercial lending officer, who came to us via Horizon Bank, which had purchased Farmer State Bank. He's worked in this area for 30 years and doing a great job for us in talking with our business customers that we've helped with mortgages for so many years. So it's been really nice saying, yeah, we'd love to also look at your business opportunities, because not only do we love serving your consumer needs, but we'd love to serve your business needs too. Those are all interlinked, and now you can get all of that service from one place. And so we've been having a lot of fun doing that. It's really been going on 3 years now.
Okay, tell us a little bit about some of the strategy planning that we've been doing and where we're going on that.
Well, we take it very seriously, kind of looking forward. We're committed to being here for the long term, and so part of that is having a great team to work with, looking down the road with our team building on the management team. Jodi Wynn here with us, Todd Van Sickle, Amanda Morris-Feldman, Greg Danner, Lindy I mentioned, AJ Bazo, and we've just been having a great time talking about, okay, how can we look at changing, making tweaks if we need to on our service model so our customers can continue having the level of service. Maybe they want to start using a different channel for service, and what's that look like? It's all about convenience for the customer and making sure they can talk to somebody and get an answer as quick as possible. So we spend a lot of time doing that, and we're going to continue spending a lot of time on that. Also involved is just what products are needed out there. And so, a good example of that, Dick, is kind of every winter season we're looking at the mortgage market. This is a business we've been in for 53 years that we enjoy specializing in and having a lot of expertise in, helping someone buy a first home maybe, or get a refinance. And maybe it's looking for a second home when they're approaching that retirement time and they want to provide another place for their family. But we're always looking at what products are the ones that customers are interested in, where is the demand going, and how can we change to meet that demand and provide excellent service. So I would say we're always learning in that way, and that's something we take a lot of pride in.
Well, for some of the listeners out there that maybe aren't familiar with First Federal, tell us a little bit about our footprint, where we're located, and what are the missions of those branches.
Well, we kind of have a straightforward mission, and over the years we have had some opportunities to kind of adopt some new markets. We started here in Rochester in 1966 because of the local need for excellent mortgage lending, and so then we had an opportunity to go to Pulaski County and Winnemac, and so we've served mortgage needs over there for over 40 years. We're in Marshall County in 2 locations, Plymouth and Bremen, and we've enjoyed serving those markets for several decades also. We have a large presence there. Some of our lending even extends beyond those counties because it's very convenient for us to help someone out through our online application process.
Right, and we also get up into Michigan since we got 2 branches close to the Michigan line.
Our 2 newest branches, are Elkhart in Elkhart County. We've got a branch there. It's kind of on the south side of Elkhart, even closer to Goshen, so we serve all of those areas, the Middlebury, Napanee areas, on into Michigan. And then our newest branch is actually down the road from the University of Notre Dame on Edison in Mishawaka. And we've found a great community there in Granger and the surrounding areas that are looking for a reliable mortgage lender that cares about what needs they have. We approach mortgage lending just like Mark Blubaugh was explaining on the investment side. What's the customer looking to do? And we're going to make sure to shepherd them through that process so they end up very, very satisfied and it meets their needs.
Jodi Wynn,
Yes.
Step up here. What's some of the other jobs that you have at First Federal?
Some of the other jobs I have, I do a lot of overseeing of the electronic services that we have.
Oh, now tell me, what does that mean?
Oh, so it's your online banking, your mobile banking,
Oh my God.
Taking a picture of your check, your debit cards, your ATM cards. That all works in my department. We've got some great products there to help you manage your account without coming in and seeing us. You can, wherever you're at, you can bank with us.
Well, tell us a little more about that. I'm out in Texas and
Yeah.
I lose my debit card.
Well, we have one of my favorite things that we have is called Card Valet. And what that does is it notifies you every time your debit card is used. You get an alert on your phone. And that's great because you used it, or if you've got a spouse or significant other on the account, you can know when they used it, which is also kind of fun. But if that transaction came through and you didn't do that transaction, or maybe you lost your debit card, you can also go to that app and you can turn the card off. So then no one will be able to use your card, and then you have a peace of mind until you find the card or you get back home or whatever's going on. You can call the bank and get a new card. And speaking of getting a new card, we issue them instantly right in the office now. So you come in and walk out with a debit card within a few
excellent.
minutes. Yeah.
Excellent.
So when you get that new checking account, you can walk out with a debit card that works.
As long as there's money there.
As long as there's money there, yes. That is a key part of the checking account
Yeah,
process.
the debit card is got a ceiling on it.
It does.
So.
It does, for sure.
Well, thank you for the great job you do for
Thank
First
you.
Federal. How many years you been with us?
15.
15. Okay,
Yep.
keep
Yep.
working at it. You're getting it better all the time.
Great, thank you.
Evan, give them one last invitation to our open house, and what are we going to have? We're going to have some ice cream.
Yeah, well, first I want to kind of roll up our products and services. You can find out all about these at www.firstfederalbanking.com. We've got a great website. That's also where you can sign up for online banking and online bill pay and kind of get started with us. So that's something you can check out now, even before you come talk to us or at a convenient time. But today we're wanting to serve you live at 301 East 9th Street. And we're starting at 11 o'clock for our Customer Appreciation Day. We've got a great lunch for you. We've got Sally's by the Shore ice cream by the cup. I think we've got 4 flavors specially selected by the marketing department.
Very good.
For you today. And most of all, we just want to have a chance to shake your hand and say thank you for allowing us to serve you. The First Federal family is a unique family. It's a unique financial institution. We don't really have any peers, and that's because we just love to serve you. We want to take care of your needs. We love looking you in the eye, smiling, sharing life together, building relationships. So this is our opportunity to kind of take a pause on business today and serve you lunch, sit down with you, talk about life, and say thank you. So please come out and allow us to do that for you today.
Now, the committee appointed me head of weather. How am I doing?
Dick, you're getting an A+ this
Yeah,
year.
Hey,
good
plus.
job.
Not going to be too hot, but it will be bright and beautiful.
As it always is.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Thank you, First Federal A-Team, for coming by this morning
Our pleasure.
and selling the people out there on how good we are. And we take a lot of pride in that. We take a lot of pride in treating people like we would like to be treated.
Yep, it's a two-way street. And we look
That's
at it
well
that way.
said, because you think about the technology and how technology is pretty much beginning to take over our lives in a lot of different ways.
True.
It's still nice to be able to have a financial institution where you can ask a question of a human being, of a person, and get the answer.
A lot of new customers we have are frustrated where they're at because they can't talk to somebody. You know, we answer the phone when you call. We should have mentioned that. You know, live person.
Right.
We want to make the connection with you, and that's the great point, Tom, is some other places feels like they don't necessarily want to make the connection with you. So that's why we're having our event
That's right.
today.
Okay.
That's right.
You're all invited. Well, our trivia this morning, what was the First Federal Savings Bank originally called? Was it First Federal Savings and Mortgage, First Federal Savings and Loan, or First Federal Savings and Loan of Fulton County? Anybody know that answer?
Savings and Loan of Fulton County.
Yeah. Then when we put our first branch in Pulaski County, we better change it.
Good thinking.
Yeah, we
Good
decided to do that. So, okay, let's close with this statement by Jim Rohn, American entrepreneur, author, and motivational speaker.
Okay.
Wow, where'd you find this, Tanner?
The good old internet.
Okay, Jim says, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments.
Well said. Very well said. Dick Belcher, as always, thank you very much. First Federal, thank you for being here on the First Federal program.